it's a disappointing evening for every Ghanaian fan, knowing that the Black Stars will not be out there AFCON.
This is the first time Ghana will not be at an AFCON since 2006, and currently Ghana sits bottom of their group. Um, the group that everyone expected Ghana, most people expected Ghana to qualify from, with the likes of Angola, Sudan, and Niger. Ghana are currently bottom of the group with 3 points. Niger are third on 4 points. Sudan are fifth, are second on 7 points, and then Angola top the group and are going to AFCON on 13 points. Dave, what are your thoughts on Ghana's Ghana's miserable AFCON qualification campaign? And then we'll move on to our thoughts on the coach and the FA president because everybody has to face like everybody has to face the music because this is totally unacceptable. First time since 2006. Disgrace.
I think it's a very disappointing campaign for us. Everything right at some point to make sure we never come across playing AFCON qualifying series like this. But just like I said, it has been a very disappointing outing. Since Potuado took over, it has gotten from bad to worse. We've seen the Blasters not playing well, always catching and catching for breath when it comes to playing against lower tier teams, even across the continent. And so the results tonight obviously ends up basically what we've been saying for some time now. Playing games against, initially we were grouped against Sudan, Niger, Angola. It looked certain that it would going to be Ghana and Angola qualifying to the AFCON come next year. But we've from what we've seen today, obviously we can confidently say that there are no minnows in African football again. Our record right from the last two AFCON editions have shown that we are on a downhill when it comes to football here in the country, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't really look good. I'm quite sure we need to reset a lot of things when it comes to Ghana football. It's quite unfortunate that this is happening, but we knew obviously that with the lack of preparation that we've had in the past few years, being able not to appoint the right coach and all of that obviously has shown that we are nowhere close to, playing top tier football when it comes to the African Cup of Nations. So basically, I'm very much disappointed, but it was predicted. We knew at some point that based on how we were playing, obviously there's no way we are going to make it to the AFCON, and that has been firmed up now.
Yeah, Charlie Otto since he came back, the only good thing, like the only good period of football we've had were the World Cup qualifiers. When we beat Mali, and then when we beat Mali, and when we hold on, I need to find those games. Give me a second. For the World Cup qualifiers, when we beat Mali and Central African Republic, those were the only two good games we've had under Otto Addo since he came back as Black Stars coach. We're not going anywhere. The Okreku administration has failed us tremendously. If you remember, I did some research I did a couple of, yeah, So since Ketokreku became GFA president in October 2019, we've had Kwesi Appiah as a coach. He came to inherit Kwesi Appiah, so that one we can't put it on his head. He appointed CK Akono. He brought back Milo Van Rajevac. He brought Otto to take over from Milo for the World Cup. I mean, no, to get us qualified for the World Cup and then then to take us through the World Cup. Then he brought Chris Hughton and now Otto again. Back when I did this, this was the winning percentage under all these managers I've mentioned was 39.2%. And with today's draw, that win percentage goes down even lower. I haven't done the math yet, but it means since Et Okreku became GFA president, the Black Stars have won less than 40% of their games. And this man says he wants to run for a third term. It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable because number one, you'll tell me Black Stars is not the only job of the FA, and I agree. It's not the FA's only job, but in the same breath, the standard of our league has gone down. Standard of Division One has gone down. You might say, "Oh, it's Division One is producing players." Yes, Division One always produces players, but the pitches in Ghana have not improved. We always see every season what we see when they release the list of stadia. You see conditionally approved. You never see full approval for any of the stadia, but you say you want to grow the league. How is that possible? Last season, we lost our title sponsorship for the Premier League with Bet Power. You as an FA president, what is going on? Like, be honest with us. What is going on? But still, no, you want to run for a third term. Why? Why? Every time Black Stars camp comes, we see you grilling the players. Do you think that builds team spirit and will give will create an atmosphere for players to want to come and play for the badge and fight for the badge? It won't. If I'm earning 150K a week, why would I come? Why should I come and sit in a shitty hotel room in Accra and have a GFA president come and shout on me? Why? Why? And it shows the mediocrity of the
I mean,
entire country.
it's quite
It shows the
obvious.
mediocrity of the
Quite
entire
obvious.
country. Bro, go ahead.
It's quite obvious, and this is why some of the players kind of sabotaged the call up that was made before the Angola game. Um, it's we need to face reality. Last time I was telling you that we've lost it. We've lost it, and this has been there for quite a long while now. I don't know how we are going to get ourselves out of these trenches. Um, but the national team today doesn't look attractive. And obviously, it starts from the top. You mentioned Kate, and we all know how he has performed since his second stint at the FA. Very poor, very bad. The leadership right from the association has been very shambolic. They tend to build more boreholes than actually building correct national teams. And
Thank you.
I don't
This
see how
matter,
we
I
are
they
going
like
to.
say it again. Say it again.
See, the thing is, you have a baby. Okay, you have a baby to take care of, and and and, and the baby is suffering. What do you have to do? You obviously have to find the right food balance for the baby to take, just so the baby will grow and grow well. But you are managing the Ghana Premier League. You are managing the national teams. If you cannot do it as a leader, why are you still there? Why do you want to still run for a third term when you are not capable of doing the job?
Bro, the third term thing stuff, like it confuses me because you haven't even finished you're not even halfway through your second term yet, and you're fighting that you want to change the constitution, so you have a third term. What kind of greed is that? What kind of greed is that?
The fact thing, you see, coaches for the national, especially with the Blasters. Before, did you see that? So
Did I
obviously,
see what?
when the Keto Kweku failed us, do you know why?
Tell
He
me.
failed us just by hiring Otuado. Bringing Otuado back was just the recipe for disaster. We knew we were on a downhill of bad results already. But bringing in Otuado was to firm up, to cement our failure as a national team. Because before they hired Otuado, they told us, didn't they? So you bring in a coach, a scout, basically a scout. You bring in a scout to come and coach the national team. And every single game that he has played, he has shown that he's clueless. He doesn't know what he's about. You see him on the touchline. Imagine I'm a player and I'm on the field. And when the going gets tough, I look at my bench and I see my coach, the demeanor on the bench, bro. There's nothing encouraging. There's nothing to be able to tap on your chest and be like, yo, I'm fighting for this. It's so disappointing and shambolic. And I don't see how we are going to turn things around, leading this team. The way it has to be dissolved. It has to be dissolved. We need to go out there and look for a better coach. Going on around the team shows that each and every time, But there has to be that button that will be pressed for certain decisions to be taken at the top. Because I don't know how we are going to get out of this mess right now. But Nana, it's quite unfortunate. Something has to be done. It's a hard pill to take right now because it has become our best right playing at the AFCON every single 4 years, 2 years, sorry. So it's quite unfortunate that we are not going to be there at the expense of either Niger or Sudan going ahead of us. Oh my goodness.
I want to correct. So I made a mistake in the earlier part of the episode. I meant this is the first AFCON we wouldn't qualify for since 2004. So 20-year anniversary. You do well. You've done well. You've done very well. You've done very, very well. But going back to the coaching point, um, like if you're a player and you look at the bench and you see Otto Addo and John Pencil standing there, like Charlie, motivation will go there. Like there'll be no motivation. There'll be
Of
absolutely
course.
no motivation because
Bro,
honestly,
I said
no from a tactical
we basically
from a
put
tactical
together
standpoint, what is John Painter going to tell me?
a technical bench that cannot do the job.
A tactical standpoint, what is John Painter going to tell me? Like from a tactical standpoint, what does John Painter? What can John Painter tell me? Make it good. I mean, they like two people. Make it come. No, because bro, it's incompetence
But
from top to bottom.
do you know who I'm even sad for?
Who are you sad for?
Fatah Dauda.
Oh,
Fatah Dauda.
see,
So
Fatal
Fatah
there, I dey
Dauda.
feel bad for him because he's done his
You know,
job. He's done it, like he's paid his dues, he's done his job. He just be saying the two
no,
people above him
no.
be useless.
The reason why I'm even sad for him is because he was working with Kwesi Appiah.
Yeah, he
He
left the
was the
Sudan job to come.
go-to trainer for the Sudanese national team. You
Yeah, so
know,
he left the Sudan job to come join us. More times than he just one day house.
yeah.
It's unfortunate. Then he just one day house. But yeah, so
Mm.
the final thing we'll talk about. How do you think this will
So,
how do you think
so,
this will affect I'm sorry, what were
so
you
I
saying?
mean, what's the way forward?
What's the way forward? There's no way
I'm
forward.
I'm asking like
There's no
what's the
way
way forward?
forward.
Yeah.
There's no way forward. You have Otto Addo. Actually, I want to see I want to see if I can get that full coach because Fatal there, they feel bad for him, but he should have known better. He should have known better.
Mm.
Okay, I can't see
So
the
you
whole.
ask your question.
I'll say so. How do you think this will affect us in our World Cup qualifiers? Because if you remember correctly, Ghana currently for the World Cup qualifiers. I mean, since we have to quickly move on to that, for in March we'll play our next World Cup qualifier in March. Um, where's this thing? Okay, so currently Ghana in Group I are joint top with Comoros on 9 points. Madagascar are third on 7 points. Mali are fourth on 5 points. Central African Republic are fifth on 4 points. Mali are fourth on 5 points. Central African Republic are fifth on 4 points, and Chad are bottom of the group with 0 points. Ghana's next game um, in the World Cup qualifiers would be against bottom of the table Chad, and then they'll play against Madagascar. How do you think Ghana will do during the next international break we have in March for the World Cup qualifiers? And do you expect Otto Addo to still be the coach when those games come around?
Um. So I think Utuado will still be maintained for the World Cup qualifiers because shipping him away means we will be paying him whilst we bring in another coach. You know, he needs to run out his contract, and so he has to finish with the World Cup. Whether we've started a bit well with the World Cup qualifiers, and I think that as to whether he'll be able to keep we'll be able to keep that momentum and qualify to make up for what what has set out to be a disgrace to our country in recent times of not making it to the AFCON. I think we don't have any choice but to make it to the World Cup. And I think that Utuado will still be maintained through the World Cup qualifying series. But I wish something will be done about it. And so hopefully, the games coming up in the next international window, obviously, there are games that we should be able to win. Chad and Madagascar, we should be able, because something has to change about the team right from today so much. Something has to change. The kind of players that we call up into the team.
Maybe
Some
maybe
people must not be
maybe
called.
maybe he needs to bring Dede Ayew back. Maybe as he dropped Dede, some cares day back.
No, 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 no. We beg you. We beg you. Old man, breathe. Let the old man breathe. We beg you. That self-entitlement thing it has ended. Otuado has given us the hope that thing has ended. So let the old man be there. That I know that agenda is going to come up where people are going to be like, yo, we
For
need to
me,
bring the day Ayew
see,
back for us.
the only reason I brought it up is because I know Ghanaian football journalists and my playbook. I know the stomach journalists. Somebody go give them 100 Ghana, no, that agenda will come up. So
Oh, it will come up. It will come up. But we don't need the day Ayew in the team. Even with Thomas Partey, it's some way. It's some way.
Partey,
Even
I know
Partey is
one
some
talking
way.
matter. I know one talking matter because apparently this week's our police go see him again for in case. So check like he should just honestly just announce his Black Stars retirement now because there's no point. There's absolutely
Bro,
no point. Because the fact that them still they investigate
the
no,
Kiddies,
the fact that them still they investigate you for that case, bro, then it means say truth day back.
anything can happen.
Truth no, it
Oh,
means
of
say
course.
truth day back. The fact that you first you deny him, now you then your lawyers they harass the girl. So let me say truth day back. And honestly, if
Hmm.
truth day back, he cannot be Ghana's captain. I'm sorry. The captain them for stripper
Of
like
course.
they need to
He,
they need to
he
publicly
cannot be
strip him.
he just cannot
They need
be
to
a good role model for anybody.
they need to see the way them they try strip and say oh yes because we're not no they need to publicly strip announce that Thomas Partey is no longer part of the leadership group of the Ghana Black Stars. That's what they need to do. But that's a topic for another day because we know say them no good do because them they fear him.